Hey, Tom from 8 Hands here. What's the easiest way for somebody to get into farming? I would encourage you, if you want to do it, you try it, but start small, and you don't need to jump in and go buy land and buy a whole bunch or spend a whole bunch of money to get into it. Figure out what animals you want to do, what you like and what you're passionate with. Do a little garden as well if you want to. Just takes common sense, curiosity, and a willingness to work. I know so many people are romanticize farming. They look at what we do and say, oh my gosh, I want to do that. But I'll caution you to don't jump in with both feet at first with farming. You want to kind of take baby steps and kind of see how it goes. But the easiest way, either you have land or you know someone that has land or will rent you land. Farmland is very inexpensive to rent. Depending on what that farmland looks like, you may need to plant some pasture if you want to do any ruminant animals. If not, you could always do chickens and pigs, which would actually work. And then you just got to find your source of feed. So on a small scale, all that's easy. If we're getting 8 to 10 tons of feed in every 2 weeks like we are, it's not so easy because your local feed store won't have that. But if you're looking to do something small, the easiest way is get that piece of land, figure out what animals you want to do, what you like and what you're passionate with. Do a little garden as well if you want to. And then you can easily get processed at a USDA processor, and you can get a slot or a booth in a farmer's market and see how it goes and kind of test things out in that way and see what kind of receptivity you have. But at the same time, is anything that's going to be clean, good quality, organic is always going to rule the day. So I would encourage you, if you want to do it, you try it, but start small, and you don't need to jump in and go buy land and buy a whole bunch or spend a whole bunch of money to get into it. To kind of see what it is that is it something that you thrive off of, or is it something that is a burden and that you don't want to continue, and then you could pack up and walk away, or then you could look to expand and maybe buy something, rent more land, whatever it is. Add different species of animals, but very, very possible, very, very approachable. It just takes common sense, curiosity, and a willingness to work. Let's say you're home, you have some chickens, you have your garden at home, which, believe it or not, for several years we still had backyard chickens, even though we're here taking care of several hundred of them here. We're going home and then having to lock them up and feed them during the day. And then finally we brought them over here and integrated them for the rest of their existence, and they kind of belonged in our barn. But for you, if you have availability of land, or you happen to be on some land, you could always add some other animals or expand. The easiest way also is just doing eggs or things like that. But go to a local land trust that you may have, or the town. You could find out preserved land that somebody needs to keep in farming, and you want to match up the people that are the landowners and not farming to somebody like yourself who wants to farm, and kind of match those things up, and then kind of be able to start and get a piece of land, whether it's 1 acre, 2 acres, or 10 acres, whatever it is, to kind of start in that way. And then you start to raise them, you start to get a product, you start to test the product and try the product, and then you'd move into processing that product and getting it to a farmer's market or to restaurants or whatever it is you may be looking to do. Part of the equipment needs are really more a luxury than it is a necessity, especially if you're being smart with how you're starting out. So if you're starting out with chickens and coops, you could easily make a coop that's on wheels that you can move or you can pull. You don't need any equipment to do that. Also, if you're starting with pigs or you're starting with sheep, it's just a small shelter that you can build. And then it's some hay feeders if you're doing hay in the winter time. So it's really around shelters and around feeding, and on a small scale there's very minimal equipment that's required as far as machinery or anything on the farm. And I would stay away from that kind of investment until you get to the point of saying, okay, phase 2, we really like this, we're looking to expand, we're looking to get different animals, what are the capital requirements as it relates to maybe a bigger building, a bigger shelter, maybe a barn, maybe a tractor, any kind of implements along that line, those lines that you would maybe need to be able to run your business. So, if you're going from your home, which could be on a smaller acreage, and you're able to have chickens and things like that, but then you want to step it up to maybe 2-3 acres, a couple of things you want to look at. You want to look at, one is, what are the rules in the town, right, as far as what you can and can't do and what's considered a bona fide farm. If you're leasing land, it's not really that big of a deal. But you want to look at, do you want to try and make money off of this, or you want to be more of the homesteading kind, or you want to produce your own food? That's where we kind of started out, is my wife's desire to sit there and say, let's raise some chickens at home. We had a couple acres, and then I turned it into, hey, why don't we do this on a bigger scale and do it and be part of the community in that way? But that's really what you got to think of. Okay, we're going to step this up. What are we going to do it for, and what are we going to do? What species are we going to do? And then depending on the species, it's kind of like this chain that you're going to go down this decision tree. Okay, we're going to do pigs. That's great. Where do I get some piglets from? That's wonderful. What kind of area out of that 2 or 3 acres do those piglets need? And then what else do I want to keep on that farm at the same time? And then you don't always want to keep animals in the same spot all the time. So let's say you took a little half acre and you put pigs on there and you just constantly raise pigs. Not a good idea. That's not what you want to do. Is you'd keep them on there until they get bigger and you expand their area. Then you'd move them to another area onto fresh grass, and then you could always, you know, kind of plant grass in the area that they were, and then if you had other species or chickens could go in there and scratch around and kind of take care of that land. It's just the continuity of a single species on the same piece of land is never good as far as farming is concerned in my mind. So that's really what you want to look at, is how big do we want to go? Why do we want to do it? Is it homesteading? Is it for profit? And if it's for profit, what's the easiest and most profitable thing we can start with? What are we lacking in our community or our locality with regard to the farmers markets, and what are other people selling? What could I be doing? And then go down the line in there. And then of course, once you get the hang of that, then you could always add other species. And again, it could be for you to try out the other species first, the other product that you may be raising or doing, and then you can turn that into more of a, you know, out to the public sort of idea. So if you're gonna do this, just kind of think it through. Try and come up with a plan. My wife asked me for years for a plan, a business plan. I couldn't come up with anything because you don't really know as you're going and you're farming. It's so varying with regard to the species and the product and what you're going to sell, but I kind of knew it inside that whatever we were doing would be special and there'd be a market for it. So I kind of just went on my gut there. But the more you can figure it out, the better. If you need help also, we talked to so many different farmers before we started. We also read a bunch of books, and then I tell people, as soon as you get the animals, you can throw all that stuff out, because then now it's real. It's, you know, in a virtual world, it kind of seems easy. As soon as you start doing it, then it's game on, but you got to be eyes wide open and be curious and really look to improve always. If something happens, you want to look to why did that happen? What can I do to rectify that and kind of fix it, and kind of have that mindset. If you're not of that mindset and you're doing something just for money, farming may not be for you.